Love and compassion has always been something that I've been able to freely give to strangers and other people. I've been able to feel a lot of sympathy for pretty much everyone that I care about and even strangers, but I lack that same love and compassion for myself. And this has had a lot of impact on me. And I know a lot of you guys deal with the same thing, so I wanted to make a video talking about how I deal with this severe insecurity that I've had basically my whole life and how I'm getting through it. Yesterday when I was at Panera, I was just kind of sitting there working, and I looked over and there was this girl eating, and every time she would chew, she would cover her mouth. And it was clear to me that she was insecure about how she looked when she ate. And I just remember sitting there and seeing that and glancing over and seeing it and just feeling so sad about it because I know what having that kind of insecurity feels like, as a young kid myself that I used to be, and basically my whole life. I know what that feels like. And I just remember feeling so compassionate about that. And then another example, again at Panera, there was this old lady with an old man, and it seemed like they were, together. But it also seemed like the old lady had some sort of dementia or Alzheimer's. Something that made it seem that she wasn't really able to function like on her own by herself. Because the old man she was with was helping her eat. Basically just like spoon feeding her. And I just remember seeing that and feeling very sad. Which is weird because I don't know these people. And then it made me realize that I have all this love and compassion for other people, but I lack it for myself very often. And it's held me back a lot, I think, in job opportunities, college moments with exams and networking, dating and friendships, like all these different things, usually socially for me. This insecurity that I have has held me back. And just to give a good example of how critical my internal voice is, if I were to talk to you guys on here, how I talk to myself in my head, I think I'd become one of the most hated men online. Just because of how critical I am to myself. And I know a lot of people deal with the same issue, so I wanted to make a video talking about how I actually get over this and deal with it. The number one thing that I did to start cutting out this negative self-talk was doing two things. It was cutting out distractions and noise in my life and listening to affirmations as I'm going to sleep at night. So I stopped watching short form content and I stopped watching YouTube videos that don't serve me. Just noise, just entertainment, stuff that doesn't actually benefit me, I just cut out. I also don't listen to music a lot anymore, and just cutting out this noise and distraction has been a great way for me to silence all of the noise in my life and be able to focus more on actually what's going on in my head and be able to feel more of a sense of peace rather than constant chaos. So what happens is when people have all these different distractions in their life, they aren't able to live in the moment presently and focus on tasks. And that can lead to you feeling unsure with yourself, not be able to spend time with yourself and learn about yourself. But when you actually start sitting in silence with yourself, which will just happen if you cut out short form content and other types of distractions, you'll start to just understand yourself more when you're alone. And that's one of the best ways I've been able to start to combat this insecurity. And then the affirmations that I listen to at night is literally just a YouTube video of I am affirmations. And I play that as I'm falling to sleep. And that has, those two things have really started to work really well for me already in my life. I don't have nearly as many negative thoughts now that I've been able to cut out distractions and sit in silence more every day. And obviously the positive affirmations help with that as well. Because when you're going to sleep at night, you're in a low vibrational state. I don't even know if that's actually correct, but it's some sort of vibrational state that you're in that's different than normal day-to-day life when you're going to sleep. So if you can play affirmations as you're going to sleep, that'll help you start to develop more positivity. And so basically just by cutting out distractions and filling my head with positive affirmations, it's been able to combat that negativity in my head and beat the insecurity quite a bit just in a few days of doing this. And I wanted to make a video about it because I know a lot of you guys struggle with the same thing. And you're not alone, because obviously I'm here and I've been dealing with it myself. So I just wanted to make a video about that, and I hope it helps you.